Hello and welcome to airgunweb.com, your home for honest, real-world airgun reviews and information where we bring you the facts, not fluff. The temps here in Arizona are still reaching well over 110 degrees, so this month we'll be reviewing more products suitable for shooting indoors. Today we'll take another look at the Benjamin Discovery, but this time we're going to be using CO2. CO2 is a great option for close-range shooting. You get more shots per fill, it's quieter than shooting with high-pressure air, and fill-ups are a snap with a standard paintball tank. So since we've recently covered the Benjamin Discovery, we're going to skip the usual close-up portion and jump right into the good stuff. The Discovery was really a landmark product. Not only did it put PCP airgunning within reach of a much larger demographic, it also pioneered dual-fuel technology, which allows it to run on either high-pressure air or easily available CO2. It's really a gun that can do it all. This really made sense because the Discovery started out as a Crosman 2260, which they just converted to run on high-pressure air. I'm not sure who thought of keeping it CO2 friendly, but I sure hope they got a bonus. Before you use CO2 in your Discovery, you're going to need to first empty the gun completely. You can either shoot out all the air, or you can use the degassing tool available at pyramidair.com. When switching back to high-pressure air, you'll have to do the same and make sure you empty out all the CO2 before filling the gun with HPA. To bulk fill your Discovery, you're going to need a bulk fill kit, which looks like this, also available at Pyramid Air. And it's a pretty straightforward process. You're going to attach the kit to the gun's fill port and then attach your CO2 bottle to the other end. CO2 is a liquid, so you're going to need to tip the bottle upside down to let the CO2 flow into the gun. Check your gauge on your Discovery to make sure that you're full. CO2 is temperature sensitive. It doesn't work well if it's too cold or if it's too hot. Now our shop is about 78 to 80 degrees, which is right about perfect. CO2 operates on about 900 psi. Once you've filled your Discovery, you need to bleed off the extra CO2 from the line, disconnect the fill equipment, and then you're ready to go. So some of you may be asking, why use CO2? Well, here's some reasons. You can get more shots per fill. In my tests, I got about 45 shots before accuracy was really affected at 10 yards. That's much better than the 16 or so that I was getting on HPA. The size and the weight of the CO2 paintball tanks is really convenient. Also, they're a lot cheaper. I purchased these in bulk from Amazon, and I think I paid about $75 for 5 20-ounce bottles. I'm getting 8 or 9 fills per bottle, and my local welding supply shop only charges me about $3 to fill them. That's very, very affordable. Lastly, while having all the extra power that HPA can provide is great for hunting, until things cool off, I'm only shooting paper at 10 yards. I really don't need all the extra power or the extra noise. CO2 is still a little bit loud, but not as loud as HPA. So how does our Discovery perform on CO2? Well, it actually performs really, really well. I get a solid 650 feet per second, and it just stays there until the CO2 starts to run out. As long as there's sufficient liquid CO2 in the gun, the pressure remains constant, and our velocity remains constant. This is something you don't get with HPA. Shooting the Crosman Premiers or the Discovery Hollowpoints, both are 14.3 grain, it just hammered away at the center of the target and delivered consistent results all day long. One 20-ounce CO2 bottle should last over 400 shots, maybe even up to 600 shots depending on your gun, as each gun can be a little bit different. The energy that you get from CO2 is well within range for small game hunting around the backyard. It only takes about 6 to 8 foot-pounds to humanely dispatch most small game and pests, and the Disco produces over 13 foot-pounds while running on CO2. This is really ideal for close-range hunting or pest control. So let's go ahead and look at our final summary. Whether running on HPA or CO2, you have to give this little gun the credit it's due. It was a game changer for airgunners everywhere. Now this was my first time shooting my Disco on CO2, and I'm trying to think now, why wouldn't I just leave it set up this way? It's accurate, has more than enough power for where I shoot, and it's a lot more convenient to take out for an afternoon of shooting. If you're on a tight budget and you want an accurate gun that's easy to shoot, then definitely consider the Benjamin Discovery running on CO2. I'd like to take a moment and thank the folks at Pyramid Air for sponsoring our channel and this review. When you're looking for your next airgun or you're looking to fill your next airgun supply order, please visit www.pyramidair.com or give them a call at 262-4867. Please be sure to let them know that you learned about them here at Airgun Web. When you're looking for honest, real-world airgun reviews, think Airgun Web, where we tell you the facts, not fluff. I'm Rick Usler with airgunweb.com. Thanks again for watching.